This old guy DIY video has to do with a failed dimmer switch on a 2001 Chevy Suburban with 197,000 miles on it. So last night I hopped in the car, turned the thing on, and the lights for the instrument panel did not come on. So I ran the dimmer switch up and down and nothing happened. And then I put it to the full up position, and then I had backlighting for my gauges and also for the climate control stuff. But there was nothing going on after that. So again, this morning I came out and tried this dimmer switch, and there's very little resistance when you turn it now. And I suspect 21 years later, it's lived its life and it's done. So initially I thought about going to the junkyard and getting a replacement for 15 bucks, but I can get a brand new one from Amazon delivered to the house for 22. So I'm going to do that. But before I do that, I'm going to come here into the fuse panel and check the fuse for illumination, and I believe it's a 10 amp fuse, and we'll make sure that that thing isn't shot before I drop the 23 bucks. So I pulled a 10 amp fuse here for illumination, and that fuse was just fine. I will go purchase a new dimmer switch unit, and when it gets here in a couple days I'll install it. Here's a picture of the Amazon replacement dimmer assembly beneath the OEM one from 21 years ago. So you can see the color is quite a bit lighter on the new one, but if it works, that will not be a problem. Well, it's after dark. I'm in the Suburban. The vehicle is started, so the stereo is on. I have nothing for air conditioning or climate control, no backlighting. I'm over here rolling a little thumb dial, nothing happens. You can see my headlights on outside. And then if I roll the thumb dial all the way to the top, then I get lighting. The interior light comes on. So now I'm going to replace the dimmer switch and see if that was the problem. So now to replace the switch, the first step is to pull this bezel off that comes around. So I'll take care of that right now. I just take my fingers and put it in right here, kind of pop that loose all the way around. And then I'll put the steering wheel down and put the shifter all the way to first gear, and then that bezel will come right off. Now the bezel's removed, it's here in my lap. Now I come over and I'll see what's involved in pulling this switch out. I just use this knife as a pry tool, and I came in beneath the switch and it popped loose, so now I'll pull it out. Here's what we have. So I disconnected the plug from the back of the switch. Looking in here, you can see where the tab's engaged. So now I'll just take the new switch, plug it in, and see if it works. So the new switch is plugged in. If I use the dimmer wheel, lights up, does what it's supposed to do. So everything looks good there. I come over here. The switch is not very bright, but it's on. Now with some backlighting, you can see here's the unit. It just has one plug there in the back. So I plugged it in, and I just take it and reinsert it. It's home. And now I'll just put the bezel back on and we're good to go. So the bezel's back on. Everything works as it should. So the color of the dial is a little bit different than the one it replaced. But otherwise, everything looks good. So without filming, this job would take about 7 minutes. And with filming, it took about 20. Hope this video helped you. Have a great day.